What is up, YouTube? It's that boy Legendary Joe. So back another video today. As you guys can see behind me, it's a Dodge Charger 2019 RT. I will be giving you guys 5 cons and 5 pros that I don't like about the Charger. So the very first pro that I will be giving you guys today is the engine. As you guys know, this is Dodge Charger RT 2019, so it has 370 horsepower, around 4,000 feet of torque. So it's got some power behind it and everything. So as you guys may know, it's not hella like super powerful, but it do got some power. So I'm gonna show you guys what the V8 sound like. I'm gonna give you guys a little cold start. As you guys can tell, this is what the engine looks like. If you guys never seen it before, this is what it looked like. I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a little cold start of what it sounds like. As you guys can hear it. That thing is pretty loud. You guys may know. I have some stuff done to my exhaust. RTs don't usually sound like that. Like, it's not as loud. So I have some stuff done to the exhaust to make it sound like how it sounds. So you guys have to do some exhaust modification if you want your RT to actually sound like that. Like, it don't come out here and it's stock like that, so you actually got to do something to it to make it sound good. For the second con on why I actually bought this car was because the amount of space. This is hella spacious, not crazy spacious, but it's got good enough space to where you can have 4 doors and also have it might be dirty in there, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, it's a little dirty. Good enough to have a good amount of space, the front and back, and be able to carry some other people with you. For the third thing, why I actually got the car is the remote start on the key. As you guys know, I don't really know where you guys live, but you may live in some place where it's super cold, so that's where the remote on the key comes really clutch, so you can just start up your car from anywhere that you are at, not too far away from the car to where like it won't start up. So having the remote start on your key is really important, just because it gives you more features that you can use to the car and also start it up whenever it's freezing outside. Because you guys know it gets pretty cold in the winter. And I'm from Oklahoma, so yeah, it's pretty cold. I can't even lie to you guys. Like, it gets cold over here, so the remote start comes in clutch. For I believe this is the 4th or 5th cons. No, this is the pros that I really like about the car is the trunk space. As you guys can tell, I do have a lot of stuff back here. And it's a little messy, but this helps you to carry a lot more stuff in the back here. So you can carry as much stuff that you want and still have enough space to carry people in the back seat, which is nice. And you can also put the seats down to where it's actually nice and you don't really have to worry about some other stuff. So being able to have the trunk space, which is good. As you guys can tell, I have my car jack in here. I also have windshield wash fluid and stuff. I got cleats, fluid balls, a bunch of stuff. I got stuff I need to use to clean the car. I got a bunch of stuff in here that I actually use for the car. I even have some oil in here too. So overall, it's just good to have the amount of trunk space that this Charger have. Another pro I like about this Charger is the paddle shifters. Right now, these are little stock ones. I don't really have any paddle extenders. I believe that's what they're called. They just go on top of these and they make it everything long pause. They make the pedals longer so you don't have to go all the way down here and possibly mess with your music or like the volume. So it makes it better to have the paddle extenders so it's not very hard for you to actually be able to use it. You can just come down here and just keep your hands right here and just start using it. And you can also put the car in manual and use these because that's what they're actually for. So if you're actually good at using them, then I would really recommend that. Like if you want to downshift, then you should go to manual because that's going to help you a lot better with your downshifting. And it's going to sound better. You might actually get some pops if you know how to downshift and use manual on the car. So I would recommend to do that. Use the pedals. So that's my pros on why I really like this. For honorable mention, I would put honorable mention for the body style. As you guys can tell, it looks like a Scat. Everything about this looks like a Scat, but in reality, it's not actually a Scat. Like, a lot of people have asked me, is it a Scat? What is it? Blah, blah, blah. But I'm just like, bro, it's just an RT. Like, it ain't anything crazy about the car. Like, the car is actually a normal car, like you see on the road every single day. So it's just a little RT that I ended up customizing to make it look like this. So it's not anything crazy, as you guys can tell, but the body looks really good. So people will be assuming that it's a Scat or whatever. So the body, I would give honorable mention just because of how it looks and the amount of attention that it gets. So it's really good. So I would just say the body just because of the attention that it gets, because people will be thinking it's a Scat or whatever they want to say. For my very first con that I don't like about this car is the tire size. As you guys may know, Chargers come with, well, RTs come with 245 and 45 tires. So those tires are not very big. For having 370 horsepower, we need bigger tires than that in order to actually get the whole 370 horsepower that you are pushing and being able to get traction whenever you actually hit the gas. So I would say tires is a really big one, just because the amount of power that you have, if you don't have big enough tires. Let me show you guys. Where my size at? I don't believe I've changed any size. Oh, here you go. As you guys can tell, right here, 245s and 45. That's the size of the tire that the car comes with. So it don't look bad. It looks good from the front, but I really recommend for the back you get some wider tires. As you guys can see, like it's sticking out a little bit. So I would say get wider tires. I know a lot of people get these Mopars, Chargers, Challengers, Hellcats, and whatever, but everybody, they love getting these cars because they want to do burnouts, donuts. They want to do whatever they feel like doing. But for the RTs, if you're trying to do a burnout, it's going to spin only on one wheel because your differential. So the second thing for my con is the differential. Just making sure that you guys change out the differential because it comes out with 2.6 diff. So that's not really good. Like, you can't really do any burnouts or donuts with that for real because your tires will not spin. They will spin, but you won't be able to get spin like how Hellcats and Scat Packs get, like sideways. So in order to get how Scat Packs and Hellcats are spinning, you need 3.0 diff, and that's going to help you get more spin on both wheels. And that's how you can do an actual burnout is from spinning with both wheels and being able to spin the car and going sideways with it. For the third con I don't like about the car would have to be the amount of weight that this car weighs. This car is heavy for no reason. If you race, especially with the RTs, if you race any cars that have around 300 horsepower on the road and it's lighter than your car, there's a possibility they might beat you in a race just because of the amount of weight that this car is. I believe this is 6,500 pounds. Like that is crazy. That is a lot of weight to be pulling, and especially having 370 horsepower. That's where the tires come in. And I tell you guys should get it, just because if you want to be able to stick and get traction on the road, then you will need bigger tires, because without the bigger tires, you won't be able to get the amount of traction that you are wanting to get. For the fourth thing I would put for my cons would have to be headlights, but as you guys can tell, there's a reason why I had changed them out to the RGB lights, so I didn't really have to deal with the lights just because I didn't really like how they looked. They was orange, they look amber, so I had to change them out and put the RGB lights in there just to give it a look, and it looks better with the RGB lights. So let me tell you guys where to get them. So I got, oh, snorkels went off. I got the lights that can change colors, also in the bottom too. I think these are going out. I got those from RGB online. For the last thing I would tell you guys is the wheel gaps in these cars are actually insane. So I recommend that you guys get some lowering springs for the car, just because whenever it comes stock, it's super high and you will not like it if you don't get any lowering springs on it. So I recommend that you guys get some lowering springs on it, and therefore you can make your car look fire. And it can look really good of sitting super low, but not too low to where you can't actually go over a curb. So I would say get some of that done to the car. I want to say thank you to everybody who's been subscribing and staying tuned with the channel. And make sure you guys like the video, comment, and leave a subscribe, and let me know what you guys are wanting to see down below, and I will give it to you guys. But with that being said, Legendary Joes, we